How to stop, prevent and cure bad morning breath in 30 seconds. Morning breath impacts almost everyone. Although it is estimated that as much as 1/3 of the human population is affected by chronic halitosis during the day, the alarming reality regarding morning breath is the fact that practically no one escapes its grip, with it impacting almost the entire human population. In this post I'm planning to inform you about the reasons behind morning breath so that you can have a good knowledge, and I'm additionally planning to provide a cure. The 4 primary causes of morning breath: your saliva movement decreases or may even stop can be reasons for morning breath, which means there is a reduced amount of elimination of bacteria, little oxygen in the oral cavity, and much less tongue activity. They are all indicators to anaerobic harmful bacteria to start reproducing. During a single night's sleeping it is possible to produce multiple generations of completely new harmful bacteria. These types of harmful bacteria are going to consume the proteins in coatings located on the tongue, gums and the oral cavity and discharge their waste byproducts, known as volatile sulfur compounds. Mucus in the nasal region thickens is a cause of morning breath, as a consequence of the deficiency of saliva when you're sleeping. The mucus you generate may stay on the back of the throat exactly behind the gag reflex. This region is extremely hard to thoroughly clean. This mucus is rich in proteins and the harmful bacteria that develop inside the mucus make use of it as a food supply, producing plenty of volatile sulfur compounds. The tongue drops to the back of the throat is a reasons behind morning breath. Anytime you sleep the tongue loosens up in the oral cavity and drops to the back of the throat. This motion permits the tongue to be colonized by the harmful bacteria developing in the throat mucus. For this reason once you wake the next day, you not just have a nasty or bitter taste and bad breath, but you may additionally detect a coating layer on the tongue. This layer is generally yellowish or white based on its brutality and the quantity of sulfur present. Food items stuck between the tooth enamel is a cause of morning breath. One more reason for morning breath is mainly because of food jammed between the teeth and also on the tongue. Harmful bacteria feed on the food debris and generate a nasty smell as a waste product. And once you get out of bed in the morning you will have the mixture of the food flavor in your oral cavity along with the waste product from the bacterias eating the food in your oral cavity. Additional reasonings for morning breath: cold smoking cigarettes, consuming alcohol, leaving the dentures in your oral cavity overnight. A lot of people who wish to cure morning breath communicate with other people in the morning hours. But maybe you don't even need to be informed that you really have halitosis each morning. Perhaps the terrible flavor in your oral cavity could be enough to encourage change. The best part based upon Remedy Land is the fact that by treating your morning breath, additionally you are going to eliminate its most unpleasant effects. For example, that poor taste in your oral cavity. The solution would be to find a way to stop the generation of volatile sulfur compounds overnight when you are sleeping. One technique can be to improve the generation of saliva within the back of the throat and oral cavity overnight. However, this is extremely hard to perform after all, you're sleeping. Right now there aren't that many. However, there are some solutions available that work to remedy morning breath instantly, typically by consuming some kind of medication before you decide to sleep. I've discovered that this is the most effective and natural method to cure morning breath. The majority tend to believe that morning breath is just an ordinary element of daily life and that you should simply cope with it. However, the treatment is quick, plain, and works in 30 seconds each